Anger is a difficult emotion. It's been kind of a hard talk to put together, and I'm really just speaking from my own experience and my own heart, that anger for me has been a very difficult emotion to feel. Starting off when I was young, if I stood up for how I was being treated or how I felt, I was reprimanded for it, or I was sent to my room, or out in the public with my peers. I would just be, get into fights, and I'm not a fighter. Over time, what did I start to do is to bury that anger. And when I buried that anger, what it turned into was self-criticism. And for the longest time of my life, my self-criticism has been so hard. I've been so hard on myself, and I'm sure a lot of you can resonate with that. We can be our own worst enemy, right? And just criticizing myself for not being good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, making mistakes, whatever it is. It's always just been this anger I needed to express, because I needed to express what was going on for me, what I was upset about. But because I couldn't, I would end up turning it on myself. Is at the core of my belief system was, I am not worthy to share how I feel. I'm not worthy of being loved. I'm not worthy of being seen, of being acknowledged. And for that, I took on years of abuse. One of my books that I just love, Kristen, Neff, she talks about self-compassion and fierce self-compassion. So when we are feeling anger, typically it's because a boundary has been stepped on, or we've been disrespected, or doesn't treat us like we should be treated. Then that fierce self-compassion is this strong back and soft front, where we have this like strong back, this yang energy of, I will not let someone treat me a certain way, right? But this yin energy, this gentleness, this concern for how I've been treated. So what I'm asking you to do in this video is to feel the anger, to give it presence, to not suppress it, not push it away, is to really have concern, tenderness towards it, curiosity towards it. So this video isn't about emotional release. It's not about releasing the anger. That's in a different video, which I can definitely do. Right now, I just want you to give it space, to acknowledge it, to honor this energy, this anger, because it is a very important energy for us to feel. Someone says something to you that hurts you, disrespect. There's so many different examples. I'm talking in my own. Very important energy for us. This energy, it's our yang energy. It helps us stand up for things, it motivates to go after things. And it also gives us that space to not be stepped on, right? So it's an important energy, and I feel that anger has such a bad rep. It's like, oh, that's an angry person. And for myself, in my own experience, I've always been so scared of anger. And I see it, I know it's such a healthy energy. And being able to tap into my own anger has been a beautiful practice. It's important for you to express yourself. It's important for you to stand up for yourself. Not only for you, it's important for you, but for our world, our communities. If you believe in in not being women being abused or men being abused, if you believe in animal rights, children who are going hungry, that is us stepping into this feeling, this energy of anger, of actively this wanting to help change things in a broader spectrum. But if we want to help with these broader things, these bigger things, activism and all of the sorts, it also starts within. We have to also be able to hold our anger and recognize if we are stuck in a fight, flight, or freeze state where we could be acting out. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a meditation. This is our rain meditation. So I invite you now to just close your eyes and just feel either your legs touching the ground or the floor like myself, or bringing your awareness to your breath. And I want you to bring to mind something that just made you feel angry, upset. But this is really important. From a scale to 1 to 10, I want you to bring to mind something that's around maybe a 4 or 5. Because I don't want to get you into something that is in a 7 to a 10. Because then it might be something too traumatizing, or there's too much anger and you won't be able to stay grounded. So let's start off with something a little mild for now. So bring to mind the situation that happened where someone or something just got you upset. So the first thing everyone knows is that R of rain. Recognize. You got upset by something. You were angry about something. Now I invite you in this moment to try to take the person out of it. Right? What is the behavior that happened that hurt you or that made you angry? So taking the person out of the equation, because again, we're all doing just the best we can with what we got. And I know that's so difficult to hear sometimes, because sometimes we want to blame that other person so much. But just follow, just for a moment. What is the behavior? So bringing to mind the behavior that hurt you or made you angry, recognizing it. Now I want you to allow it. And by that I mean whatever feelings are here, I want you to whisper to them, you belong. Feeling, giving the anger the space, the acknowledgement to be seen, to be heard. Now we're going to go into the I of rain, the investigate. What if you were to ask that anger, what are you upset about? What are you angry about? What would you, if you're asking the anger itself, so try to stay out of, so let's do this. Actually, I'm sorry. When we go into investigate, I want you to feel first. bringing that image to mind. Can you feel this anger in the body? Whatever it was that this behavior, can you feel your anger in the body? Maybe it's in the chest, maybe it's in the head, the gut. And if you can't feel it in the body, don't worry, it's just setting the intention to connect with this emotion. But right now I want you to ask the anger itself, not anything else, the anger itself. What are you angry at? Without trying to think about it, let the words come up. For example, for me, someone said something to me that I feel that made me so angry because it wasn't with integrity. So see, I can feel it in my chest. When I ask that anger, what do you want to say? This anger says, I want to be spoken to with integrity, with respect, with honesty. What does your anger want to say? And if you have to, you can yell this whatever it is that your anger wants to say. I invite you, if you need to yell it into a pillow, or imagine the person is sitting right in front of you, and you need to express this anger in a way, just say it out loud on how your body wants to express itself. Don't hold anything back. Giving this anger the presence that it deserves. Feeling that fire, feeling that yang energy. That standing up for what you believe in, standing up for your worth. What do you want this behavior that you do not want in your life? What do you want this behavior to hear? Again, trying to take the person away as much as possible. And just really expressing that behavior that you do not want in your life, or that you do want in your life. Maybe it's something that you do want. Expressing those words. And once you've expressed those words, now we go into the N. Nurture. So nurturing this anger. You belong. How can I be with you? What do you need from me in this moment? So as you ask this anger, what do you need from me in this moment? Listen to your heart and what it tells you. Connecting with your yin energy, your feminine energy, even for you men. Because just like us women, we need to feel our masculine and our feminine, our yang and our yin. You men, you need to feel your feminine energy too. So again, sensing into that energy. What do you need from me? What do you need to be okay in this moment? Nurturing it. So for me, when I nurture this, the word, I need affirmations. So the words come up as I need to be loved. I need to be seen. I need to be heard. And this is where I tell my anger, I see you. I love you and I hear you. What does your anger need in this moment? And if you find yourself going in your head too much, take a deep breath. Come back to the body, back to being grounded. And if it's difficult to do this, then that's where I invite you to call a friend, call your therapist. But surrounding out this meditation with one deep breath, and maybe before you open your eyes, I invite you to maybe put your hands on your heart. Just again, tell that anger, you belong. I honor you. I see you. And I hear you. And I love you. And rounding out this meditation with one deep breath. And opening your eyes when the time feels right. So just, again, feeling if we don't have our anger, feeling the gentleness, that yin, that feminine energy of anger, that concern, that softness, that nurturing. But if we only feel the yang, or the anger or the rage, we're going to be stuck in this fight, flight, or freeze and reactive. So when we can balance these two energies, we can come with anger in a more constructive place. And I hope that makes sense for you all. So anger is the deepest form of compassion for ourselves, for the world, for the destruction. It's the purest form of care, the purest form to protect. And you can see I'm getting emotional because there's so many things I want to protect besides just myself. Animals, people, and anger without love is hate. Right? Let that sit in the body for a moment. Anger without love is hate. And love without anger is hollow. It's sugar-coated. Right? So, in my own experience, that love without anger is hollow and sugar-coated really sits in for me, because for all my life, I say all my life, but most of my life, I still got some years on me, is that I've always been that person to just, I want to please everyone. I'm a people pleaser. So I just keep that anger inside, and it's okay. It's okay. Right? But no, because if I'm doing that, I'm also letting myself down. Right? So we need to be able to we need to be able to value ourselves. Because when we value ourselves, we are going to value all of those around us. Thank you so, so much for this time with me.